headphones on and I'm listening to the Bible and listening to the verses that we're going to speak tonight, man, I had church walking. I'm trying to tell people, if you saw me, you probably thought I was crazy or something, but I was, whoo, thank you, Lord. So I know God has something good tonight, but if you would be patient with me, and I guarantee you'll see what God has for us. But Hebrews 12th chapter, verses 1 through 12, I am reading from the NIV version, so it might sound a little bit different if you have a different version. It says, therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. I would like to talk to you tonight about keeping your fire burning. Right? Keeping your fire burning. I know some of you may look at that verse and say, what in the world has that got to do with fire? When we were born, when we accepted Jesus Christ into our life, He sent the Holy Spirit to come and dwell in us, to help us to make decisions that will bring God glory. He put a spark, He put a fire in us to be with us wherever we go, so we could never be without the presence of God. But you know that sometimes life brings things our way that causes that flame to get smothered or get surrounded by so much things that it once started off this big, but now it kind of shrinks down to maybe a flame or just a spark. And you know what? That flame or spark is supposed to be the most biggest and greatest thing in your life. But because of the distractions of this world, it's been shrunk. And so I want to talk to you today. I just want to talk to you about keeping your fire burning. Now listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying your neighbor keep their fire burning. I'm not saying your brother needs to keep his fire burning, or your sister, or your wife, or your child. I'm talking to you. Keep your fire burning, because the only person that can keep your fire burning is you. All right?
Amen.
So everybody say, this is for me.
This is for me.
All right? This is for me. We're the only one that can keep our fire burning. Now let's talk about a couple of things before we get started. Keep, what does it mean to keep? To hold. To take care of. All right? Not to let pass away, not to let be passed around, not to let it go down, but to keep, to hold it, to keep the value of it. All right? To keep, to hold on to something. And it says, your fire burning. What is fire? I'm not talking about the thing that consumes wood and gives off heat and warmth. I'm talking about the presence of God.
Amen.
The mighty, mighty presence of God. And each and every one of us in here who has accepted Jesus Christ into your life, you have the presence of God living on the inside of you.
Amen.
He is in there. Now the thing is He burning? Because see, that's the problem. Some of us think we're okay. We came up, we accepted Jesus Christ into our life, and that's it. I'm done. It's over. But how many of you know, if you live long enough, know it's not over?
Amen.
Right? That's just the beginning.
That's right.
Amen. Now we got to live a life out that's going to make this fire grow to something else, to a flame. Go from a flame to an inferno. Amen. Listen, I don't know about you, but I want God to consume me.
Amen.
Oh, you don't hear me. I want to be a ball of fire. Every time I open up my mouth, the word of God is coming out. Even if not open out my mouth, the actions that I do is example that God is in me. Amen. I know. My wife tell me something, and y'all might have to tell me. She said, "You arguing with me." That's just the way it come out. Okay, so I'm not mad at anybody. All right, I'm not mad at anyone. I just get excited about the word of God.
Amen.
Amen. So we have to keep our fire burning. We have to keep it active in us. If we look at this verse right here, it says, therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders us and the sin that so easily entangles us, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. I want to give you 2 ways of how to keep your fire burning. 2 ways of how to keep your fire burning. Number 1, starve the distractions.
Amen.
Starve the distractions. And number 2, feed the focus. Starve the distractions and feed the focus. And before we go any further, let's talk about this, distractions. And we'll first talk about the word starve. What does it mean to starve? To go without, right? To be malnourished. Something that is malnourished or without any energy, it eventually does what? Die. So our distractions, there are some distractions in our life that need to die.
Amen.
That's right.
All right? They need to die. There's some distractions that need to die. Now, the other part of it is feed the focus. When you feed something, what does it do? It grows. So we got something in our life that needs to grow. Something that needs to die and something that needs to grow. Well, you know, as you live life and you figure out in this world, there are many distractions on us every time. Even today, on my way up here, there was a distraction. There was a wreck of something on the freeway. We were backed up. And people get in wrecks because they get distracted in one way. And people fail to realize that when you're distracted, the people with you, the people around you, are all affected.
Amen. Yeah.
All right, I want you to think about this. If you're distracted at home, it don't necessarily just affect you, but it affects your wife, your spouse. It affects your kids. It affects the people you work with and the people that you meet, other family or the people around you. And I know we want to think that it doesn't, but it does. All right? And we're going to read something today. Oh, I hope you see yourself in here and you smack yourself and say, you know what? I need some distractions that got to get out of my life. Huh? It's time to wake up. This is what it's time for. You right, Miss Connie. It's time to wake up. Amen? Now, when we feed our focus, when we feed something, it grows. And, you know, if I ask everybody, how many love the Lord? Everybody will raise their hand. But then if I was to ask the question, how many of your relationship with God is where you really want it to be? All right? Some hands might go up and some might not. I know mine will not go up because I don't, my relationship with Him now is good. But listen, the relationship with God is it's not ending. It's infinity. You hear what I'm saying? There's not a mark that you can say, here, I've made it. If you're thinking that way, then we cut ourselves short because God got some great things that He wants for us and wants to do through us. But we got to feed it. We got to feed that focus. We got to quit saying there's a mark and I've reached that mark because with God, there is no mark. I serve a God, that's all powerful.
Amen.
You don't hear me. I serve a God that works on so many people every day in this world. Every day He wakes them up on time. Huh? I say it like this. God is so good to me. For 365 days out of a year, He's waking me up every day. He has not failed. He's not been late. Because if He was, I would be dead. But I'm standing right here, right now. If you take 365 and you multiply 40, you come out with about 14,000 and some days. For 14,000 and some days, God has been consistent in my life.
Amen.
He's been there for me for 14,000 some days. Never been late. You hear me? And same for you. You take your time. Multiply by 365 and see how many days. That's evidence that God has been with you. Amen. I told you, buddy. All right? So we got two things we're going to talk about. Starve the distractions, feed the focus. Starve the distractions and feed the focus. Our distractions hurt not only us, but they hurt our family and our people that are around. Distractions are things that prevent someone from getting full attention to something else. And you know what? God is supposed to be the number one priority in our life.
That's right. That's right.
But for some of us, He's not. He's number 2. And for some of us, He's not even number 2. He's number 15. And for some of us, He's not even that. He's even lower. Well, you know what? That explains why we have so many problems going on.
That's right.
That explains why things are not going like we expected them to go. Because God has got to be number 1 in our life. He has got to be the main focus of our life. I got a story here. I know you've heard it before, talking about Joseph, who was the youngest son of about 12 brothers. If you would, turn with me to Genesis 39th chapter. And we're about to walk right here. This is a good example of a person who is starving his distractions and feeding his focus. All right? Now, I know some of you might have asked the question, why do I need to keep my fire burning? Why? You know what? I tried this Jesus thing before. And you know what? It's hard. It's not as easy as people said it was going to be. I want to tell you what, it's not easy. Huh? It's not easy living a Christian life.
That's right.
It's not. I'm not going to lie to you, but it's worth it. Huh? It's worth it. Listen, I'm going to show you, we're about to see right here, a person who starves the distractions and feed the focus gets the reward. Write that down if you're taking notes. Say, I want the reward. Because God is a rewarder of those who love him.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. All right. I'm not going to go through the whole story. I just got a couple of verses here that are picked out that I want you to see. But here we got Joseph. We know that he was anointed by God. He was the youngest. Had some brothers, and his dad had given him a special vest to wear. And this special vest, he went around. He was boastful amongst his brothers, telling them, hey, I'm the one. Had a dream one night, told them they were all going to bow down to him and everything. And they were looking at him. That little joker think we going to bow down to him? This little joker right here, we're not bowing down to him. Who does he think he is? So he walks around and, he's not knowing what all is planned for his life, but he knows that God is on his side.
That's right.
And it's listen, the enemy comes to kill, steal, and
Destroy.
He does not want you happy. He does not want you to get to your full potential of what God created you to do. Because he knows he can't do anything with you. When you know who you are, when you know who supplies you, who has your back, the enemy cannot touch you. So what he's going to do is he's going to put distractions in your way to get you off focus so that you can't see what God has for you. Listen, when we find out what God has for us, the enemy going to go running. No, you don't hear me. No, you don't. He's going to run.
Yeah.
Sometimes we see problems in face and we start dwelling on that. We're feeding our distraction. And you start feeding your distraction. Instead of it getting weak, it's getting stronger. And what does it do? It starts to take over your mind, that you start meditating on it. And you meditate on it long enough, you start to believe it. Give you an example. Here's Joseph right here, and he has the coat of many colors on, and his brothers don't like it. And his brothers start to talk down on him in front of him and around him, behind his back and stuff. What is that? That's a distraction to get him off his focus on what God wants for him. But let's look at how Joseph handles this distraction. Because see, this is what we have to do in order to get the reward. He gets the distraction. Does he stop? Does he start to hate his brother? Does he start to talk bad about his brother? Does he start to do bad to his brother? No. He continues to live and go on doing what he's supposed to do. I'm trying to tell you today, if you want to get rid of your distractions, you got to do what God wants you to do, not what your flesh wants you to do. Who's in charge? You or your flesh? Huh? Okay? All right. We going there tonight. We're going to go there. All right? Genesis 39th chapter, verses 3 through 6. We're going to start right there. Genesis 3 through 6. And I tell you what, if you don't mind, I need some help reading tonight. Is that all right? Yep. So if anybody has the third chapter, Genesis 39th chapter, if you would read verses 2 through 6 for me. Thank you.
39, 2 through 6.
Yes, ma'am.
The Lord was with Joseph, so he became a successful man, and he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. Now his master saw that the Lord was with him, and how the Lord caused all that he did to prosper in his hand. So Joseph found favor in his sight, became his personal servant, and he made him overseer over his house, and all that he owned he put in his charge. It came about that from the time he made him overseer of his house and over all that he owned, the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house on account of Joseph. Thus the Lord's blessings was upon all that he owned, and in the house and in the field. So he left everything he owned in Joseph's charge, and with him there he did not concern himself with anything except the food which he ate.
All right. And here Joseph been sold into slavery. because his brothers didn't like it. And he's come to this guy named Potiphar, who is of great stature. And while he's at Potiphar's house, something is different about Joseph. Now, for one, his family just turned on him. And he's been sold into slavery. But it's just something different about him. And Potiphar notices that. Now, it's kind of funny to me, because I'm just going to be honest. Can I be honest? Can I be real?
Yeah.
All right? My brothers just sold me into slavery. I don't think I'm going to be too happy about that. I really don't. I'm just going to be honest with you. I think I might be looking for him. Might be looking for him. All right? I might be looking for him. But do you know when we do that, that's just a thought, but when we actually complete that thought, when we start to put that into action, that's a distraction.
Yep.
You know that?
Yep.
And look, we're so caught up in ourselves that we can't see that. And so we start going on that rabbit trail, getting off the focus, the trail that God has for us, and we start getting on that rabbit trail, and we start getting off track to where God wants us to be. And instead of that situation getting better, it starts to get worse because of distractions. Now listen, just because you have family, all right, now I'm just going to have to be real with you. All our family not saved.
Yep.
Right? And the enemy, he'll use anything and everything to get you. Whatever your weak point is, he's going to try to find it, to put it in there to distract you, get you away from where he wants you, where God wants you to be. Sometimes distractions come through our family. They do. I'm sorry. You know, they do. And we have to be ready for this. Because God has a plan for us. Each and every person in here, young and old, he has a plan set for you before you were even created. He had a plan for you. And we have to stay focused on what he wants to do. So remember, distractions can come through your family. So here he is, he's sold into slavery, comes up to Potiphar's house. And this is the thing I love about it. If you look at verse 2, it says, the Lord was with who?
Joseph.
So that means, you know, I talked earlier about that fire that's inside of you. God was still with you.
That's right.
In you. He still had the presence of God with you. But see, this is how he got out of the place that he was. You know, when they put him down in the well or whatever it was, and then they sold him. The reason he was able to come out and still go was because God was with you. If God not with you, let me put it this way, if you're not with God, but God never leaves you, you leave him. You can't make it through. That's the only way that he came out, because God was with him.
That's right.
And he still had God on the inside. Now listen, God was on the inside. God went on a little flame. God was burning on the inside of him. And that's the reason why he was able to come out. I know you, how's that? Keep on watching. We're going to go through this. You're going to see it over and over again. All right? Verse 3. Look at verse 3. It says, when the master saw that the Lord was with him, the Lord gave him success in everything he did. Others should see your focus.
Yep.
Others should see your focus. At home, at work, at school, at play, in public, even in your dreams.
Yep.
Others should see your focus. They should see that you're focused on. They should say, what's this? Something different about him. It's raining. It's raining. It's been raining for 7 days. This dude's still coming and smiling all the time. Man, what is it? He focused. He don't let the world, what's going on there, deter him from what he knows right. He know who supplies his needs. He know who woke him up that morning. He know who started him on his way. He know who put food on his table. And it was God. He was focused, and that's how we should be. Other people should see our focus. When we go to work, when we go to play, our family should see our focus. They should see that that God is big in us and our distractions are small in us. All right? Verse 4. It says, verse 4 right here, it says, the captain of the guard assigned them to Joseph. Nope, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Joseph found favor in the eyes and became his attendant. Potiphar put him in charge of the household and entrusted him to the care of everything he owned. God's reward.
That's That's right.